We're live.
We're live. Hey guys, I'm back. It's Keely reporting live from Still with the Kids. And you might notice I have on 2 shoes. So yes, I'm still hobbling around. I got a bandage on, but it is feeling a little more normal. My child is home from France, so I can now sleep at night and not be on France time. He had a wonderful time. What a great trip that was. Okay, there's a lot of exciting things going on. This is the week where Misha and Puff, things are happening with this yarn. This is our hottest selling yarn right here, Misha and Puff. We're way low on colors. It may not look like it, but there are a lot of colors that we're super low on. Here's the deal. This is part of a designer line from a ready-to-wear company based, I believe, out of, is it Massachusetts? Yeah, I think they're out of Massachusetts. They primarily focus on children's wear, but they also have adult. And it's very, cool. And they do a lot of hand knits with their stuff. And so this is the yarn to complement this ready-to-wear line. It's real wool certified. It got the real world wool certification, meaning that the animals and everything's handled properly. To do that, there's only so much of that fiber. So it makes it a very small production, small batch, and then throw on the fact that it's hand dyed and being produced not only for us as knitters, but for the Misha and Puff ready to wear line. It's not in, not plentiful, and it's in high demand. So we have been waiting for our next order. It's just kind of crazy. But it's in the US. They're going through back orders. I know we've got 3 orders pending. The first 2 are definitely, we're getting those. We're waiting to hear about one more, and then we're going to be kind of a little crazy, right, Jeannie? Shipping stuff all over the place, all over the globe, to China, to Japan, all over the US. So we're waiting on that to come in. So if you've been waiting on a color of Misha and Puff, you need to get on the list, because I'd say a big hunk of what we have coming in is already sold. So that's the status there. And if you're like, well, what's the big deal? I'm telling you, this yarn is probably, how long have I been doing this? 31 years? Plus, before I had the store, nicest yarn I have ever knit with. This yarn is so nice. On the label, it lists a DK weight gauge. It will knit looser than that. That is at a very firm gauge. It has a lot of play. It'll go up to easily an Aran weight. So a lot of things you can do with that. I love it. So that's my Misha and Puff thing. Next week, hopefully, we'll be up to our eyeballs in Misha and Puff. I don't know if it'll come that soon, but I'm very, very, very hopeful, because I've got a lot of antsy people waiting on that. So I get back into action with, hobbling in here. Jeannie makes me work. I know, so much for lady leisure at home. And now, Jeannie made me work. And the first thing we tackled was our beginner classes. She wanted to make some changes to that because it was just getting a little too crazy. And you might think, good God, Keely, how did you ever think that wouldn't get crazy? Well, it was working there for a while, right?
It was.
But we have our beginner bench, and in our beginner bench, we do everything from teach you how to knit or crochet. We have knit and crochet together, to we have all these other projects that you can pick from. And it was just getting a little too crazy. Jeannie was pulling her hair out because we're getting some super, super big classes. I guess, it started to build. We kind of put this together. We had it before the pandemic. They've
really started to build here lately.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. And especially more crocheters. Used to just mainly be knitters and a few crocheters. We're getting so many more crocheters, too. It got a lot of crazy. So what we've done, we have beginner bunch this week. We have it, on Thursday and on Saturday. They'll be the same, but starting in May, it's kind of like the same but different. We're going to split it up so that in the morning, it's going to be people who have never knit or crocheted before, and you're going to make, let's see, they're in here. I brought my projects. Make a lovely scarf. You can crochet a little neck scarf, or you can knit this. Big stuff, goes fast. It's better than making nothing or making swatches. It just gets your muscle memory going on the knit stitch and your basic crochet stitches. So that's what we're going to do in the morning. And it's also alleviated the need for you to know what you're doing before you get here, because it was so important when we have, Jeannie's juggling all these projects. We don't have time to what do you want to make? I don't know. What do you want to make? So we're like, this will make it easier. So you can just sign up. It's $40, includes everything you need. This is if you haven't done this before. And you just show up and you basically answer one question. Pick a color. Yeah, we can do, hopefully, we'll see how it works. Hopefully we can do that quickly. Then in the afternoon, for anybody who has come to the first class, maybe just needs a few little help finishing up, wanting to move on and start some new projects, we have more projects. And our basic beginner projects, I think they're all in here. Well, we're missing one. Where's this one?
It's right beside.
Okay, so this is usually the second project for knitting You can do the knitting one in this yarn too. We just show it in a different yarn. You just knit a bunch of rows and we introduce purl. Purl a bunch of rows. Knit a bunch of rows. Purl a bunch of rows. We work in the round. Crochet, you get to throw in some new stitches like double crochet and stuff. And work, you know, start reading a pattern basically on those. Then we have, this is a fun one. This is a triangle. It's worked this way. You learn to increase and decrease. And it also gets you working stockinette where you knit a row, purl a row. And we have a similar...
And it's self-fringing.
Self-fringing. Thank you, Jeannie. Yes. Similar design and crochet. I don't have our hats, but you know what a hat looks like. We have hats, just basic fun hats. And then our mitten pattern, it was time to update the yarn on those, so we did that. And we're using our favorite over there, Misha and Puff. See if I can get this on right. Oh, nope, it goes this way, doesn't it?
Oh, I missed a string too.
Oh, you missed a string.
I just saw it.
Why can't I get this on my arm? There it goes. Because the bigger part's your wrist. Duh.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jeannie's still. In fact, there. You notice we have one of each. There's a reason why. So these are fun mitts. This is the last kind of our like beginner, you know, numbered kits that you can get. And all of these projects, just like our scarf, when you come, the pattern will have a link to videos. So when you go home and you forget, or maybe you want to bind off and you know you didn't get to do it in class, which you probably won't, you can watch a video and do it yourself. And they're unlike they're trying to swim through all the bad information on the internet. This tells you exactly what you want to do. So all these projects also have step-by-step video instructions, so they can really be an at-home project too. And then beyond that, we have people who've blown through this, and in the same class, we call it the Beyond Beginner Bunch. It's on the same days as the Beginner Bunch. It's in the afternoon. We have a whole catalog of other projects that we recommend that you can do, including socks and all sorts of stuff for beginners. So that's what we've been busy working on, just making some slight changes, update on yarn, adding new projects. And so if you're used to coming to our beginner bunch, and obviously if you've been coming, you're going to be in the afternoons now. We try to stick with the first Thursday and Saturday of the month, but sometimes we have to make changes based off our schedule. So sometimes it might be the next one. So if you see, in fact, I think April's that. Was it April?
May.
May
It'll
is
be
that
May
way because we are going. We can't teach you in May because Jeannie and I are going to be in Chicago, so we had to move it to the sec. So you might see some changes on that. I also have added in June another dye workshop. We did that last summer. It was super fun, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Super, super fun. Had tons of people. So we're going to do that again in June. I think it's coming up like one of the first couple weeks of June. So that's available now. The only change we're making from last time is we have a different yarn to dye. It's going to be a sock weight fingering, beautiful yarn that you'll be able to dye. You can get extra skeins if you want. Dye as many as you want. And you just need to tell us how many. And we're going to, instead of have everybody come at once, because we had a long line of people waiting to rinse and all of that, we're going to kind of break it down into smaller sessions throughout the day. So you can sign up for morning, afternoon, or late afternoon, and we'll limit the number of people in there so it's not quite as crazy. It was a little crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So it's actually be on a Friday. We have a Friday class and a Saturday class, and hope you can, that usually fills up. So sign up for that now. This month is Love Your Yarn Shop month, and LYS Day is April 27th. This has been, what, the second or third year in a row we've been able to do something? Mm-hmm. Normally it's the same day as 89ers Parade, which not happening. We can't, we're just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
So we've been able to do, y'all know what we'll do if they conflict? We'll have a float.
There you go.
I've always wanted to have a float. We can knit, okay, not this year, maybe another year. But this year we have our LYS Day on April 27th. We have a lot of fun things in store. You're not going to want to miss that. So mark your calendars and plan on coming. What else is going on? We have knit, Sip and Stitch tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be our last one for a while. Summer's coming up. We have too many schedule conflicts. I think we're going to maybe shift locales. We have an idea in mind. Oh, and Jeannie wanted us to show you her project wallet. We've got these in a while ago, but she showed, okay, trade me. I don't, Jeannie has project wallet.
So you circle it around to close it, but look how much this holds.
How much did you poke in there?
I poked a bunch of stuff in here.
Oh, good grief. How many things in these? Yeah, this is like what's in your bag, like we did.
This is actually like cable needles. That's what I've got right there.
Okay.
And then I've got a row counter, tape measure, needles.
Oh, you're
and then
in there.
It has these little dividers that you can put in
like
there.
mini file folders.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm an office supply geek. Okay.
Yes. So
yeah, I remember we got these in, and you're like, oh, those are cool, but then here they are. You're like, now what?
So we have 2 different colors, and it holds a lot.
So you can poke a lot. So you can poke more in there. It really,
Here, let me take this out for a minute.
How much more does that expand out?
Here.
Okay,
Okay, so y'all need
So,
one of these.
yeah.
Look at that. Look at all the
And then you
poke in
can
there.
poke it up and
You just
wrap,
use a little string.
and then you can take it with
Oops,
you
I'm
in
throwing
your
things on the
bag. And so
floor.
far, nothing's come out.
That's cool.
So, yeah. And I've got loose stitch markers in here, too, back in the back.
Well, and I'm so bad about my
So,
zippered ones
yeah.
that I poke so much in there I break the zipper.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just me.
Not just you. No,
Okay, not
because
just
my
me.
little gnome bag that I had for Christmas is totally full. So
Yeah.
now it's all in here. And
Well, I
I
like
still
that you
have
can
room.
put little papers and notes. Oops,
Yeah.
and I'm not very
Yeah,
good.
you could put a little note, like
is
a
why
post-it
Jeannie usually
notepad
fills.
and stuff like that in here.
Oh,
yeah. So
And they
yeah.
won't get like wrinkled up like they will
Right.
in your other bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty
All
cool.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, is
An
that all we
idea
got?
for you guys.
Ideas. We're
Yes.
busy. 'Cause she had to show that because, well, you got the mittens done. Because usually I'm like, do you
Yes.
knit this? Do you knit that? Do you
Yeah.
knit that? But yeah. Okay.
Okay, we're just gonna give you guys whiplash today.
There you go.
Okay, I guess that's everything on our list in there. Who knows what's gonna happen next week? I hope we're talking Misha and Puff next week, or at least have a ship date
Yeah.
in mind. I've got some people just pacing back and forth waiting for that. So yeah, we are too. So if you haven't made a project with Misha and Puff yet, you really need to, or at least come into our beginner and you can do mitts with us if you haven't before. Hope to see you. Bye guys.